Hi guys, welcome back to G's Home Gaming with me, Mr. Fury, and we're back playing some Euro Truck Simulator. And I believe we're on our way to Paris. Off we pop. So I've not played this for a while now. I think it's been a few days and we are stood still. Let's get moving. Come on, off we pop. Do 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 do. So guys, some things to talk about today. I've talked about it in one of my other videos, for one of my Minecraft videos, but I thought I'd cover it in this as well. And it is again about the new gen consoles and a few bits and bobs to talk about. But we'll start off with the PlayStation 4, and it's been leaked that there's some news that there might be a release date for the console, and it got leaked on a website. It's been leaked all over the internet, and it's coming from a photo of a poster in one of, I won't say the name of the shop, but one of Europe's leading game shops. And the poster stated that it was going to get released on the 12th of November of this year. So, is it the 12th or the 13th? The Tuesday anyway, that week. So I was looking at it, I was looking through the calendar and stuff, and it's bang on the same sort of time as when the next Call of Duty gets released. So I think it's tied in, to be honest. And I don't blame him. It's the biggest selling game of all time, the Call of Duty franchise, and the next one is probably gonna do the same. So I mean, a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, it's fake. They make fakes," and trust me, this isn't fake. You can tell. And the company who's leaked this photograph, they've said that it's our poster, and they said they got it from PlayStation. So I mean, they got massive. Oh, fucking dick, man. What the fucking hell, man? Which calls the pile up. Fucking hate that on this game. The fucking AI is so thick. It's unbelievable. I mean, I did leave it a little bit. I did go a bit early, didn't I, with the old lane change, but. Yes, I changed lane. Slam on the brakes. My God. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, the game company have basically said they got it from PlayStation, and PlayStation, when they've been asked about it, they've said that all they've said is they didn't deny it, and they didn't confirm it. All they said was, we have no new information from our E3 press conference to share with anyone at this moment in time, and that's what was said about it. So you can make of that what you want, but I think it's pretty safe to say on the 12th of November we're going to have the PlayStation 4. So that's about. Oh shit! Not my mouse. Now then, for the main news really of today's journey is Xbox, and they've had quite a week really following E3. Obviously they did their press conference first at E3, and they come out saying all this stuff about the price and being $499, and they didn't know what PlayStation were going to do in the afternoon when they had their press conference. So when it come out that PlayStation were going to be $399, and they were supporting used games, and you don't have to be online on the computer, they Microsoft probably got smashed in the face. Loan installment. Oh, for fuck's sake. So yeah, probably got they got smashed in the face. Hang on, I just want to see. I'm just pull in here. I just want to see something. I haven't seen any income from my driver. I can't remember where to go. Company manager. What's this Pratt doing? He's on duty. I don't think I've ever seen him bring in any money. Bloody waste of space. Anyway, where was I? Have I just... What the... I just parked up on like this hard... I thought it was a hard shoulder. Obviously not. Anyway, let's get back up to speed. So yeah, Microsoft got a big slap in the face because they basically, whatever Microsoft said in the morning is like someone at Sony had just gone, whatever they say, we're going to better it, and that's about it. Because I think it was a bit of payback from the current gen systems when they got released, when PlayStation went first and then Xbox went, and it was like, oh my god, there's I think there was $100 in it then as well, or was there more? So yeah, it's like a big slap in the face. But this last week, obviously Microsoft have had some meetings and stuff, and they've come round and they said a few things, because before, what's been said is, as in used games, is at first what it was going to be, hang on, speed cameras, I've got to slow right down, I don't even know what speed it is. I'm guessing it's supposed to be 40, but yeah, it's it was said that it was going to be, you buy the game and you take it home, put it on your computer, and it installs the code off the disk into your computer, so that game is registered to you. Then if you want to sell it, you go to your game shop, you give the game back, you get some money for it, and then what happens? And then when somebody else, so you get the money, and that's the end of it. But when somebody else buys your game and installs it on their computer, they'll then have to pay a certain fee in order to access that game. And when they access that game, the coding automatically comes off your computer and goes back onto theirs. And that's the way they was going to work it. But since PlayStation come out and said, oh, we're supporting used games, Microsoft have obviously had a meeting, and they've done a complete U-turn, and they've gone with what it is today. You know, you buy your game, you play it, and then you take it to your game shop, or whatever store you use to exchange your games, and you get money for it, and then the person who buys it gets the game and can play it. Now they did say that this would be for Microsoft. They can only speak for Microsoft's only games, so Microsoft Studios, so things like Titanfall and Halo. Whoa! You have got to be joking me. How fast did he brake? That was unbelievable. What's he braking for? He got right away. He's a fucking idiot. Like a pack. Oh. Tell you now. Anyway. Jesus. So yeah, they've done a complete U-turn and they've just gone straight with what it is today. No change or anything. So I mean, that sort of sorted that one out. And at the same time, they also announced that the online part. Now, originally, I'm talking months ago, when the rumours were about, everyone was saying, "Oh, you've got to be always online, so you always have to have an internet connection, so they could validate that that game you bought is one a proper copy, and that you're not abusing the terms and conditions of your contract that you take out with Xbox." Because every time you get a console, it always pops up on the startup, on the setup of the console, terms and conditions which you have to accept. So that just totally so yeah, they said about that, and then they come out now and they got to E3, and at E3 it was, oh, it's not always online, but you have to be online once every 24 hours, just so they can validate your account. Now, as soon as PlayStation did their press conference, and they said that you don't have to be online, and there's no we supporting used games and all this lot. Someone high up in Microsoft was quoted saying, and this is legit, someone in Microsoft was quoted saying, if you haven't got an internet connection, then stick with the Xbox 360. That's basically what was said. So basically, he was just taking the piss, really, with what he said. Now, that person later in the week resigned from Microsoft. And then 3 days later, when they announced about the used game policy now has changed, so it's just the same as what it is today, they announced that you don't have to be online at all, with exception to the initial setup of the console. So when you first buy that console, when you do the setup, you know, all your settings and stuff like that, and you're putting your account on, you know, all the usual shit. When you do that, you need an internet connection to set your Xbox up. But once that setup's done, you are then free to take your internet connection out. Are you being serious? Right, why? I'm lined up with that. Tell you what, this game. I'm back on my voyage. So basically, Microsoft and the Xbox have just took a complete U-turn, and now they're allowing used games, and also you don't have to be online, which is fantastic news, and I think it levels the playing field up tremendously. I mean, if you think about it, when PlayStation went into that press conference, they must have been rubbing their hands at the Microsoft ones, after, you know, and then all of a sudden, a week later, everything's changed, and now PlayStation are like, well, shit, what we want to do? Because, I'm not being funny, but people who can afford that kind of money, yeah, when the consoles first come out, like for a PlayStation, £349, $400. People who've got that kind of money at the start, when they're not going to be bothered about paying an extra bit of money to get a better service. And in the past, with the Xbox, it's always been about the quality of the service. And if you think about it and really think about it, the service of Xbox has been a lot better than PlayStation. The Xbox Live is so much better than the PlayStation. Brakes are so slow on here. It's because of the weight, I think. There's a heavy load. So yeah, I think now they've leveled it up. The only, I think for us, for gamers like us who are, and I fucked up there. Can I make it round? Let's see. For gamers like us, proper gamers, it's not going to affect us, because if you're an Xbox bloke, you don't really care about the, I think it's £75 difference, really, when you think about it, because you're not going to give a shit about a PlayStation. And it's vice versa. You don't care, as long as, you know, you shouldn't do anyway. You shouldn't be. I mean, I hate people who constantly take the piss out of other console users. Like the PlayStations were worse than the Xbox ones, to be honest. The PlayStation 3 versus the Xbox 360. The PlayStation fans, the fanboys, were always had like a bee in the bonnet, because their services weren't as good as the Xbox, and Xbox actually paid companies for exclusive DLC content, such as Call of Duty, and PlayStation people just, I don't know, it seemed like they had a bee in the bonnet, and every time anything was brought up, or anything like an argument started, then it was always, oh, the PS3 is well better. You got Blu-ray, and we've got a more powerful system and all this lot. When in the end of it didn't really matter, really, did it? Because major games, which was going to be multi-platform, all got developed for the Xbox first, because that's what they had to do. Because if you develop, with exception to one or two games like LA Noire, and stuff like that. I think there's one or two games which were multi-disc. They were all developed on the Xbox because it was the lowest space available on the disc. So they had to develop it on that and then port it out. And the PlayStation people, owners of the PlayStation, sort of, well, they didn't like it, did they? And I mean, proof of the matter is when the PlayStation Network got hacked, and that was a big thing, because the PlayStation Network got hacked because people were saying, well, we're not getting exclusives and the service is crap and stuff like that. Whereas Xbox were getting all exclusives. Well, that was down to one factor, and that was PlayStation Online services were free, and PlayStation couldn't afford to just go out and give $10 million to, say, likes of Activision to get exclusive content for DLCs and stuff like that for like Call of Duty. They just couldn't do it. They couldn't. You know, they could have done, but they didn't have the money. The Xbox had money from the Xbox Live, so they were making, like, say you bought a yearly pass, £39, £40 for the year pass off every single user who was online. That's a lot of dough, and they've got a lot of extra dough they can spend on getting these exclusives. So I think they had a big bee in the bonnet, the PS3 users, about that. But now that the PS4, you have to pay a monthly subscription or yearly subscription or whatever. PlayStation 4 have to start paying for exclusive content. They have to start making the services better and the user interface of the PlayStation better. Now, there is pictures of the user interface. There's videos actually of the user interface on the internet, on the actual PlayStation YouTube channel, and everything the PlayStation seems to do is it just seems to be kicking Microsoft in the face. They're taking digs at Microsoft all the time because they don't. I wouldn't say they were intimidated by them, but I think with the sales of the 360 compared to the PS4 worldwide, they lost a lot of ground. Now, the Xbox was massive in America; it absolutely outwiped the PS3. And in Europe, it was mixed, really, 50-50. But where PlayStation brings in its bacon, so to speak, is in Asia. Microsoft cannot break that place, and it doesn't seem like they're going to even try. There's no advertising over there really for the Xbox One. It's all PlayStation, and I suppose that that's nothing you can do about that really. So, I mean, for me, it's equal. I don't see any difference in any of it. I mean, the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, they were both equally good. It's just, I think the PlayStation operating system, the user interface, sorry, was a lot better than the PlayStation. And judging from the video what I've seen of the PlayStation, the new PlayStation 4 interface, I think the Xbox is a lot better again, and I think that's down to them listening to what people have to say. So yeah, they are with PlayStation, with the monthly charge now. They're gonna have to sort of step it up. They're gonna have to. They got no choice, because if you watched E3 and you seen Microsoft and Xbox were just pushing the exclusive content. I think PlayStation 4 had about 3 games shown in the 2.5-hour press conference, which were exclusive to PlayStation, and Xbox, it was like more or less every game was an exclusive, and that's just down to money again. Xbox paying these companies for exclusive content, exclusive deals. So, and getting and Microsoft went out last 2 years ago, I think it was, and they went out and on a massive spending spree to bring developers and get them under the Microsoft Studio label. So they just made games for them. Now, the biggest one, and I think it's probably going to be one of the contenders for Game of the Year, is Titanfall with Respawn Entertainment. Now, I've talked about that before. It's just Max West. Is it Max West and Vince Zampella? I know it's Vince Zampella, but it's Summit West. I can't remember his name. I never remember his name. And they were at Infinity Ward. They fell out with Activision and they went off on their own. Like 40 of them or something. 40 of them from Infinity Ward at Modern Warfare 2 stage. And they went off on their own and they've been building this game. And Xbox, Microsoft Studios have gone in and said, look, we'll sort you out money-wise and you make this game for us. So that's what's happening, and it looks amazing. It does. It really looks good. So, I mean, I'm really looking forward to both consoles. But yeah. Now, next bit of news is about sharing your account. Now I don't mean like your mate the other side of the world who you're friends with on Xbox can, if you give him your details and that, he can log on to your account. That's not the way it's worked. It's what it is oh shit. What it is I can share my account with my mate, and it enables him to access my games library. So say I've got 30 games and he's got 30 games, but some of them are different. If I let him and he lets me, we can then use each other's game libraries. So I don't know, say I'm playing Quantum Break and he's playing the new FIFA, and I fancy playing a bit of FIFA, so I log on to his game library. Oh fuck off, it was on Amber. I'll log on to his game library and I play FIFA. And then what that does, if he's online and it'll send him a message. If he's playing FIFA at the time you want to play FIFA, it'll send him a message and it'll say, this person wants to play. Oh fuck off, it says 70. I'll tell you what, I'm losing money by the minute here. Crashes and shit. But yeah. Oh fuck off, the brakes are so bad. I'm having the best flipping trip. This is probably the worst trip we've had. Are you being serious? Come on, pal. Got whiplash, have you, pal? Yeah. Great, now we're stuck at the lights. So yeah, I send him a message saying, can this person play that game? So when he says yes, I'll start playing the game and he'll stop. Only one person can play the game. You can't have both people playing the same game. If that person's offline and you want to play that game, yeah, go ahead. You can play the game. And that's up to 10 people. So 10 people, 10 friends can share everyone's games. So if you think about it, 10 people, say they all got 10 games, and they're all different, and some people have got different games. Say each person's got 3 games which are different to everybody else. You can then, you've got access there to not 10 games, but 25 games. Now that's massive. That is big, because you can, you know, that's a great feature, and this is on the Xbox only. You can't do this on the PlayStation 4. Now in the past on PlayStation 3, you could say you had some DLC, yeah, you could share it with, I think, 3 or 4 friends, and they could download that content on your account and have it on so they could play. You know, so you're saving money at the end of the day. But they're not doing that anymore because they lost so much money doing it through DLC. People were just buying it on one account, and then 4 or 5 of their friends were getting it on theirs, so they weren't making any money. The DLC content doesn't count for the Xbox. You get access to that game, and if you want DLC, you have to pay for it. It just means that they're sharing the game. It's a new way of sharing. Like now, sharing, you have to, if you want to share your game with your mate, you got to physically take your game to your friend, or he's got to come to you, and you physically got to hand the disc over. This enables it, so 10 people, 10 of your friends, you can always instantly access the other people's games, and I think that is a really good feature. Now then, what we're doing now. Let's check the job list. Job market. There we go. Want something from Paris, so it's probably going to be down here, isn't it? Yeah, here we go, Paris. Oh, that's a decent trip, isn't it? We've not done that one before. We've not been to Sheffield, have we? We'll go to Sheffield. So there's one last piece of information, guys, that I want to talk to you about, and that is just a quick one. Is that the Xbox games are not region locked. So you could buy a game in America and get it shipped over and play it over here. So what that means is it's not just restricting you from buying games in America, but you could buy a console in America and get it shipped over. I don't know, I'm hungry, you know what? You can get a console shipped over and use from America. Now, America is the cheapest price because that's where Microsoft is. So there's no, the shipping costs aren't there for the Microsoft. So if you can get an Xbox One on release date delivered to your house from America, you're going to be saving yourself a little bit of money. I mean, $500 is, I think it's 300 and, what is it, £1.58 to every dollar. No, other way around. $1.58 to every pound. So it's basically, it's half again in it. So I think it works out at £375, which is saving of £50. So let's leave that to you if you want, if you can be bothered doing that. I mean, it means ordering off a US website who deliver to England and getting them, because remember they'll ship it and try and get it so that it gets to you on the day. Sheffield take job. Oh, we got the stairs again. So yeah, that really wraps up the information I have for you guys today. I think in total, in all, nothing's changed in my respect to which console is the one to get, and if you're only able to get one, and that's the Xbox. I know the money is substantial. Well, it is a substantial amount to some people. That $100 or £75, and it's something you got to think about. But if you want the best console with the best games coming out from what we know now and what we've seen, I think there's only the Xbox what provide that quality of service and exclusivity of games and the games being of a very good standard. So I mean, if I only had the choice of one and I had £500 in my pocket, because you're not just gonna buy a PlayStation. Remember, it's not. If you're thinking, oh, it's 300 and odd pound or £429, it's not going to be that much, is it? When you go to game, or you're buying the actual console from wherever you're buying it from, it's not. You're not going to just spending that amount of money, are you? You're going to be spending £50, £100. You're going to want a couple of games, aren't you? So you're going to spend £45 on one game and £45 on another game. So remember that it's, you know, you're talking £550 you're gonna need, and that's why I'm saying, from the PlayStation point of view, if you're buying a PlayStation thinking you're getting a decent deal, but you want to go and buy 3 games, why not just buy 2 games and get an Xbox? Because in the long run, you're gonna get a better console, because that's the Xbox have got all the deals done with the developers and stuff. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. But I think the only place where PlayStation might do well is with kids, and that's for the main fact is, if you're a parent and you don't really know a lot about gaming, and you're not into your games or whatever, and you're going to the shop to buy your son, daughter, a console for Christmas, and you go into the store and you got an Xbox and a PlayStation sat next to each other, and they both play the same games, and one's £75 cheaper, the parent's obviously gonna go for the PlayStation. So that's the only way. I think that's the only area that they're gonna beat. But that's gonna be Christmas time, and the initial sales I think are gonna go to Xbox. To be honest, I know on Amazon it's been. I thought it was in England for a minute there. Bollock. I know on Amazon. Since E3, they've had record amount of pre-order sales. They've gone through the roof. They're 4,000% up on what it was last year, and that's because of this new console. But 4,000% on pre-order sales of a console, or you know, and I think they're 100 times up of what the last console was pre-order wise. It's massive, absolutely massive, the interest in these new consoles and the amount of people. So if you want a console on the release date, you got to go down and you got to pre-order that shit now, because I'm telling you, they'll be running out of stock. I've already pre-ordered my PlayStation 4, and I will be pre-ordering my Xbox on Saturday. So make sure you get it done and quick. Right, guys, I think that sums up this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. A bit of information, and we had a bit of a journey, didn't we? We went to El Paris from Southampton, and now we're off back into the UK to Sheffield. So we will catch up with this video in the next part, and I'll see you guys soon. I'll stop the video when we're parked up at this. Wow. When I said parked up. Jesus Christ. See you later, guys.